my Blu-ray collection part 22. Ahoy, ahoy everybody, and welcome to part 22 of a look at my Blu-ray collection. So these are films, TV, music, comedy, plus any other random bits that are in there. Might get the odd documentary, I had one in my last part. No box sets, and by box sets that's TV series box sets that have more than one series of a show in. Any multi-film box sets. There's been lots of editing in that sentence. This is the 11th video I've recorded today. Okay, anyway, without any more ado, squeaky chair, and I keep saying this, but I must oil this chair. This is Fury, starring Samuel L. Jackson, Tom Wilkinson, Ruth Negga, Luke Kirby. It's, we're trying to play out Tarantino-esque written on the back, and a gritty serving of Pulp Fiction written on the front. It's not really Tarantino-esque at all. So Sam Jackson comes out of prison, having served a life sentence for murder, 25 years. He gets involved in another heist, and he's basically trying to survive. It's alright. It's quite a good film. You know, Sam's always worth watching. Yeah, it's okay. This is another Tinto Brass film. This is Frivolous Lola. So I showed The Key in my last part, and I've shown a couple. Certainly All Ladies Do It I've shown before, and Cheeky. Yeah, so I think that's the 4 Tinto Brasses that I own. Yeah, so this is Frivolous Lola. So it's 1950s. So Lola is engaged to a baker, and he wants her to remain a virgin until they're married, but she wants to basically find out in advance whether he's a good lover by sleeping around so she can compare. It's basically the plot, really. It's not the best of his films, but it's okay. Frankenweenie. Tim Burton wrote, directed based on the short story he made when he was at Disney as an animator in his youth. It's basically Frankenstein style story where young boy brings his dead dog back to life, and what unleashes because of that. I mean, I love Tim Burton, really enjoyed this. Yeah. Game of Thrones. So all the Game of Thrones I have, because I've been buying them as the series has come out. A bit torn on this one. So I've been, I have the individual releases of them all rather than a multi-series box set. But I have them all. The last series 8 is in my to watch pile. Otherwise they are all on these shelves. So this is series 3, which is the Red Wedding series, I think. Memory serves. But yeah, I mean, I just love Game of Thrones. We also have season 2. These are all great box sets. And the first season. This is Happy Feet. I pretty much bought this because Prince did an exclusive song for it, Song of the Heart, and this has got a music video for it on here. Oscar nominated song, I believe. Don't think it won, but it should have. Not that I'm biased. But I really enjoyed the film anyway. I'm sure most of you have seen it. Basically, it's about a penguin who is the only... Basically, penguins love to sing, but he can't sing, but he can tap dance. And so he gets kicked out of Emperor Land, as they call it on here, where the penguins are. And it's a story of his adventures, basically. But yeah, a lot of fun. Speaking of fun, this is Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, which basically I picked up because Gemma Arterton is in it, but I absolutely loved this film. So it's the tale of Hansel and Gretel, but where they're kick-ass witch hunters, basically. Really fun film. This is Grindhouse, the 2-disc collector's edition. So Grindhouse was a project between Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez. I think Quentin kick-started it. He loved Grindhouse films. So Grindhouse films were sort of low-budget, often imported films in sleazy cinemas where you'd pay your $1 or whatever to go in, and you'd get 2 of these fairly short, scratched-up prints of pretty bad old movies, but, you know, so bad they're good, with sort of trailers in between and what have you, and he wanted to relive that experience. So initially these 2 films sort of toured together with some bonus trailers, which are all on here. Then after that, the 2 films were released separately, and they were both slightly longer on the individual releases, which I have, but I think are on DVD and I've already shown them, I think. So the first disc on this is Planet Terror, which was Robert Rodriguez's film, which is sort of a horror, sort of a nuclear... I don't know how to describe Planet Terror. And it doesn't really say on here to help. Sort of a town... Oh, no. Google it. But yeah, it's excellent. It's also got a commentary on here as well, and a reaction track. So they recorded an audience watching the film. Then the first disc has got the intermission cards and 3 extra trailers. Werewolf Women of the SS, which I think was that more? No, that Don't. And Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving was directed by Eli Roth. I think Werewolf Women of the SS was Edgar Wright. I can't remember who did Don't. And then disc 2 is Death Proof. Is that right? Or was that on disc 1 as well? No, I think that's on disc 1. Oh, I don't know. Yes, that's on disc 1 as well. They're both on disc. So disc 1 plays like the whole feature. So yeah, it's then followed by Death Proof, which is Tarantino's film, which is about a bloke in a car, basically played by Kurt Russell, who likes to kill people with his car and gets off on it. But he comes across a trio of stunt performers, female stunt performers, who aren't having any of it. It's a great film. I really love Death Proof. I think it's Tarantino's most underrated film. The long version is better, but the short version still is great. And then disc 2 is loads of extras, basically. Yeah. Really love those. It's Green Lantern. Extended cut. I mean, Ryan Reynolds is excellent. You know, he's always watchable, and he's good in this. But it's just a mess. It's impossible to follow. It could have been great, but it wasn't, basically. This has got... Whereas, you know, DVD commentaries were all the thing, with Blu-rays, with the additional capabilities, they tried for a while, it seems to have stopped now, but Warner Brothers in particular, their maximum movie mode, where it's like a commentary, but it's somebody stood there talking to you, so in this case, Ryan Reynolds, I think. Maybe not in this case, but certainly on Cop Out, Kevin Smith did it. On one of the Harry Potters, Nick Moran did it. So they're talking to you, and then every now and then they'll sort of stop it and show you a behind-the-scenes bit, and then they'll go back to the film. And I like those. You know, a good way of doing it. On the subject of dodgy green films, the Green Hornet. I've just read today that they're trying to reboot this yet again. This was okay, actually. I enjoyed it. Seth Rogen as Britt Reed, the Green Hornet. Jay Chow as Kato, Cameron Diaz as his assistant, Christoph Waltz as a villain for a change. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But you can sort of see why it didn't go any further. But it's fun. Girls Aloud, Tangled Up Live at the O2 2008. Love Girls Aloud, my favourite girl group. Most of their live stuff was on DVD, but this was Blu-ray, obviously. And this has got extras, videos, behind the scenes bits as well. This is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the David Fincher film, starring Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara. I enjoyed it a lot. I think most people did, and you know, everybody thought that the sequels would be forthcoming, and they eventually did, or at least this bloody chair, Spider, whatever one. They, for some reason, they sort of skipped the next two original books. Lars, what's his name? Come on, he must be on here somewhere. Stieg Larsson. And we went straight to the fourth book that was written after his death by somebody else. And it's completely recast, and I haven't bothered watching it, and apparently it was not great. So yeah, it's a shame I didn't do more with this cast sooner. But yeah, enjoyed that. And finally for this part, this is Ghost Town. Ricky Gervais, Taya Leone, Greg Kinnear. Ricky didn't actually have anything to do with this other than acting in it, unusually, but it's really good. Basically, Ricky plays a dentist who can see dead people, and he gets a ghost played by Greg Kinnear, traps him into a romantic scheme with Taya Leone, who is Greg Kinnear's widow, in it. But yeah, really fun film. Okay, that's it for this part. I've got one more part to film today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks. Bye.